we're going to go through a list here of a bunch of basically fat influencers or healthy at any size people who are now dead. Now, I am not mocking these people who have passed. That is not our intention. My intention is to scare the shit out of you guys because there's no such thing as healthy at any size. That is a complete PR nightmare lie. Let's pull up the first one.
All right. We've got, let's see. There's a couple in here. I'm trying to fast forward through time. Let's see. Got that one there. There we go. We'll share that one. This one's from the Washington Examiner. If I can get it pulled up on the screen here.
Do it.
There we go.
It's
cool.
All right.
There it is. Tragic. Obese body positivity influencers keep dying young. And there's your depiction right there of an unhealthy weight. All right. In this Thursday, May 8, 2014 photo, an overweight man wears a shirt patterned after the American flag during a visit to the World Trade Center in New York. Rising numbers of American adults have the most dangerous kind of obesity, belly fat, that is also known as subcutaneous and visceral fat. And I would say visceral fat is far more dangerous than subcutaneous, although both are bad. Despite the evidence that overall obesity rates may have plateaued, the government data shows it might sound extreme to call the body positive movement, which promotes obesity as beautiful and healthy, a left-wing death cult. But a series of recent tragedies suggest that, if anything, this might be an understatement. As for the YouTuber Blair White, which we're not going to go into that, but that's also a questionable thing. But anyway, Blair White recently pointed out in a video, in a mega viral video, by the way, prominent body positivity influencers who promoted and defended obesity for years keep suddenly and tragically dying at a young age. And here is that clip really quick.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
Which didn't last long because she died.
And there
Just
you go.
because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is what's going on. And you're not hearing about it in the media. Nobody's talking about this. It's kind of like male suicide. It's a we're not going to talk about that because it might hurt people's feelings. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Let's see. The Daily Mail recently reported on this story, telling the tale of 4 different overweight influencers who lost their lives. One is a woman named Brittany Sauer, an obese influencer who recently died at the tender age of 28. Her direct cause of death is unknown, although obesity is a leading factor of death. But she struggled with severe health problems related to her obesity, including type 2 diabetes. Tragically, Sauer realized before her death that promoting obesity as healthy and beautiful was a mistake. Yet this realization came too late. In one of her last TikTok videos before her death, Sauer warned others not to make the same mistakes. She says, "I ruined my life through food, binge eating, and lack of self-care." That was in a November 2022 video. "I just want this to be a warning for other people. I'm hoping it's not too late for me this time." It was. Yeah.
Yep.
We have another one in here. Another TikTok influencer named Taylor Lejeune died in January from a presumed heart attack, according to the Daily Mail. He didn't explicitly or ideologically promote obesity, but his popular videos were of him engaging in insane and extremely unhealthy eating behaviors. Fat Studies professor Kat Paz, who explicitly questioned whether obesity was even unhealthy, similarly died from unknown causes in 2022 at just 42. And finally, another woman, Jamie Lopez, starred in a reality TV show promoting her supersized salon dedicated to making overweight women feel beautiful. The Daily Mail reports she did lose some weight before her death, but nonetheless died from heart complications, age 37, in December 2022. So there you go. There's some of them.
Yeah. And I want to put this out there. We've been pretty much demonetized. So please, give us a super chat so we can keep this thing going. I'm kind of upset right now in regards to, I was looking at a lot of the analytics for our channel, and the amount of views and shares we get compared to what we earn in ad revenue is atrocious. I mean, it is obvious we're getting shadow banned. So please, any little bit helps. And we just went through a list of these body positive individuals who died. So let's just do a little basic common sense here. Everyone here on the planet who's walking upright at some point is going to die. What that means is gravity wins at the end. Now, it only makes sense if you weigh more, gravity wants to pull you down faster. And we're getting a lot of these individuals burning in their late 20s all the way up to their early 40s. And I'm going to be honest, in current year in the United States of America, with the medical care and all of the foods and stuff we can do, you should be able to at least limp along eating a somewhat okay diet into your mid-70s. But instead, people go out there, and on every major corner in most big cities, there's a fast food restaurant, which will allow you to eat like a king 3 times or more a day for very little money. It's going up now because of inflation, but it was not a big deal back in the day for me and my buddies on the way back from the bar to swing by McDonald's and eat, $4 cheeseburgers and a Coke and then go home. That's like 2,000 calories in one go.
Yeah.
And people are doing that 3 or 4 times or more a day. It's ludicrous. It's insane. I don't know. And on top of that, I love pizza. That's why I don't have a 6-pack anymore. I am just not willing to sacrifice pizza for a 6-pack of abs. It's just not worth it to me anymore. But I have to mind my P's and Q's when I eat, because yes, I did take care of the fatty liver situation, but while my mom was in the hospital, I slipped up. My mother loves to eat ice cream, and I happen to like ice cream too. And before you know it, it's a couple scoops of ice cream and hot fudge, caramel. And I want to be healthy, so I'll throw some peanuts on there. Okay. It took about 7 weeks, and I was starting to get the liver pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I called my doctor, and he's like, "Hey, man, you know the deal. Turn off the Tourette's of the elbow. Quit eating this shit. It'll go away." So that's where I am right now.
Yeah. To add to that as well, I think another problem is, even if you're not plugged into the whole fat acceptance, beauty at any size crap, I think a lot of people have a misconception of what healthy is. People seem to think healthy. You go to your doctor and they say, "Yeah, you're overweight or you're obese," and you're like, "No, I'm not." "Yeah, you are." I will tell you right now, the most I've ever weighed, I'm 5'7", by the way, not the tallest guy out there, but 5'7", right? The most I ever weighed was 203. And I'm thinking, well, I know guys that weigh like 500 pounds, 300 pounds. Like, I'm not that bad. Oh no, it's still bad. I'm at 172 now. I'm still obese. You see those people. This is what I get it. Culture is really brainwashed people. You see people out there, and they almost like are vitriolic towards them. Like, oh, they're skinny twigs. You mean healthy weight? Yeah. No, people weren't designed to carry all this extra
fat.
Lard, whatever you want to call it. They weren't designed to carry that. Like right now at 172, I think, okay, that's 33 pounds down. That's better. Even me knowing like I'm still 20 pounds away from a healthy weight. Now that doesn't include muscle mass. Okay. Actual muscle mass, provable muscle mass, not just your feeling of But again, people have this misconception that I can be slightly out of the spectrum of overweight and obese and still be healthy. No. If you go to your doctor and your doctor does not say you are within the healthy range, your BMI is in a healthy range, you are in danger of pre-diabetes, of fatty liver, of heart complications, of stroke. In general, the number one cause of death besides life is being obese. So,
because gravity pulls you down.
Mm-hmm.
Even I am still technically obese. At this morning, I went to the doctor. I was 194. I fluctuate between 190 and 200, and I am still at the very, very BMI index is like 28-ish, which is technically borderline fatty.
Yeah. And isn't that, it's interesting because again, it's something to point out society wise. It's like we've all been trained to believe, even though we're overweight or on the obese scale, we're within a healthy, weight, because we don't look like that guy that can't get off the couch. Even though, again, there's some kind of vitriol, especially I notice in women. If you see a healthy woman with a healthy BMI, oh, she's just anorexic or a skinny twig. Like, no, that whole like curvy is beautiful is a lie. That's not
the whole
facts.
curvy thing. Back in the day, while I was, slinging seed when I was a young, dick thinking individual, curvy was, in my eyes, a fairly attractive woman. Kind of looked like an old 1974 to 76 Corvette, and was in my eye, I thought that was fairly attractive. And then over the decades, curvy went from something like this to this,
pear-shaped, from hourglass to pear. Yep.
Yeah. And when they say, well, she's a little roomy, she takes up the whole room. Full German is a refrigerator with a head on top.
Yeah.
This is serious. And I'm tired of burying you guys for suicide, and I'm not looking forward to having to throw you in the dirt because you ate yourself to death in the very near future. Because it doesn't really take that long. Once you start getting the liver irritation, the clock starts ticking. You got about a decade, sometime, depending upon your genetics, maybe less. Because once the inflammation starts, you start forming fibrin, which is scar tissue. And once you have so much scar tissue, it screws with the function of the liver, which accelerates the whole thing. And then before you know it, your skin's yellow. You have no strength. You're in pain all the time. You're pissing and shitting blood, vomiting blood. We have some individuals who watch this show who are in that stage right now. And I believe they're on the list for a new liver as we speak. And I hope to God they get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason I brought up what I did is I want you guys to consider this. I'm not that overweight, or it's not that bad. That's where I was when I got a CT scan. And again, you don't need surgery yet happened, because I wasn't that bad. I'm still not that bad, right? But according to the scale, I am 20 pounds from being not that bad. Until I get there, I'm still in the danger zone. Not even in the it's better now zone. It's still in the danger zone. I'm still at risk of all the comorbidities that go with being overweight or obese. Again, not just obese. I need you to hear this. Not just obese. If your scale, if you use a body impedance scale like I do, if it says overweight, you are still in the danger zone. You have to be in the safe zone, in the green zone, not in the overweight or obese category. So just want to point that out.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.